Hello and welcome once again to the Historic View, where we women of the past talk about the subjects that women of the day all think about. I'm your host, Queen Elizabeth I, and here are my lovely co-hosts. Here we have Wealhtheow. I'm sorry, did I say your name right, dear?
I think so.
All right. She is the Queen of the Danes from the famous tale of Beowulf. Next, we have the lovely Margery Kempe, the first person to ever write an autobiography in England. Then, of course, we have Darlene. Most of you know her as the lover from Lanval. And last but definitely not least, the first woman of the world, the lovely Eve. Now, for those of you who are new to this web show, this is how it works. We take requests, questions, anything from you audience, and then we bring our own personal opinions and histories into the topic to give you a little bit of advice. Today's topic is from, Neorlac Inanik to talk about, here we go. We're gonna love this one. The male domination of society and history.
Where to begin? Well, from someone who has to live with the king, let me tell you, it is not easy to understand why they are in charge. I mean, I love Hrothgar, but he does not make life easy at all.
And no offense, dear, your time period was men with swords and shields. I'm this, my father was this, we killed this, and slayed this, and pillaged this. Your man, not so much.
Yeah, in his defense, he needed to be around to delegate and to take care of business. Look at Beowulf. He fought and ruled, got killed by a dragon instead of having his men do it. And his kingdom ended up being a chicken with its head cut off. Beowulf, great warrior. Great king, not so much. No, I have no problem with Hrothgar not getting his hands dirty. It's his forgetfulness that pisses me off, mostly.
Tell me about it. I wonder sometimes if I was made from Adam's brain instead of his rib. That boy forgets everything. Everything.
Yeah. Oh, I know. When Beowulf became the big hero, Hrothgar practically wanted to adopt him and make them the heir to the throne. I had to remind him that he had sons. I gave birth to them to give him heirs. And, I seriously forgot he had sons for a moment. And the fact that Beowulf fought our monsters to repay a debt for his family, we didn't owe him anything. So for you viewers out there, men are either usually warriors or rulers. They are never both, and they're most likely not going to be perfect in either one of those.
Excuse me, but speaking of being forgetful, can we please talk about how men forget to give us credit where our credit is due?
Yes.
Oh, please. The only time they give us credit is when we've done something wrong. We're being blamed.
Sorry about that. But I mean, all of you guys have names in your stories and records. Me, I just get the lover. The lover, are you serious? I mean, come on. That poor wandering puppy of a knight, Lanval. I mean, I tell him not to brag about me, which he does, but I forgive him because it's just to keep that tramp Guinevere off of his back. I even march into Arthur's court and save that boy, and all I get is the lover.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. If that scandalous nymph Guinevere could have her name mentioned in the story, your name should have been all over that book. Frankly, names are power in literature. We've learned this. And for her to have her name in is pretty much saying that she embodies women of your time. I find that insulting being a queen myself.
Agreed. You were the hero of that tale, Darlene.
Yep, but everyone knows the story as Lanval. I guess back in my time, women were not able to be heroes. When it comes to men out there, ladies, make sure they're giving you credit where credit is due, because they're not that great at sharing all the glory.
It's not fair. Really not.
Please. Tell me we're going to talk about fairness, because I think my story has that market cornered right now.
Well, hold up a minute, Eve. Margery, you're being pretty quiet. Do you have anything to say about the men in your time period? Advice to the ladies out there?
Well, I don't know about all of you, but the only man I have to worry about is my God.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, God.
No, I'm serious. God is the only man for me, and Jesus Christ is the only lover I need.
What about your husband?
I told you I'm married to God.
I think she's talking about the real man. You know, your human husband.
Who? Are you being serious right now?
What?
You had like 14 children with him.
No, I am pure for my God, and, you know, my love of Jesus gives me passion with no children.
You're kidding, right?
Okay, we have read your book, Margery. You made a deal with your husband to not have sex with him when you're pregnant. Okay, well, what was I supposed to do? I had 14 children. 14 kids! Do you know how difficult and dangerous that is, just having one kid in my time? Let alone 14? I was going to go insane. This is the show where we talk about what we think of men. We want to know what I think of men? I think they're all sex fiends who don't think about women and just want babies and sex over and over and over again. At least with God and with Jesus, I can have an emotional connection without worrying about dying from childbirth. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Margery, for your lovely explanation of male domination in your time period. Let's move on. Eve, you had something you wanted to say?
Right. Well, I don't think it really needs to be said, but I get blamed for a lot of problems with humanity because I ate the fruit. But what I hate more than anything is how everyone expects me to be some ditzy, hair-twirling, mindless chick that's only there for Adam to get off with. Adam asked for an equal partner from God, right? Well, does that cover intelligence, too, so he can converse with me?
Right, we women are not brainless.
I feel like I should have more say in the kingdom of Hrothgar. I had some good ideas.
Let Adam tell it however he wants to. I can tell you my reflection is more interesting than that guy.
Really?
Well, what about God and the angels? You got to talk with them, right? What were they like? Wrong. Adam got the gift. Apparently I wasn't good enough. But Adam would tell me whatever was told to him and trust the angels are not as beautiful and lovely as you think they are. For example, Raphael is quite the sexist jerk. He sat there and said that I should see Adam as my head and be happy about that.
Surely wait, not God's idea of us.
I don't know and I don't want to know. Oh, and Wealhtheow, your period had the strong and powerful men, right?
Yeah, they're usually warriors.
Well, that courage and guts came from me. I sure ate the fruit after talking with the devil, but honestly, I'm the source of bravery and curiosity of mankind, and I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm actually the one who sits there and I hear this conversation nowadays about women being clingy and needy. I invented personal space. Adam wanted me by his side all the time. In fact, I'm grateful for the fall.
Blasphemy!
Okay, I care. In short, audience, men have been in charge, but also they have needed women, whether they admit it or not. And without women, there wouldn't be the great things like free will. I think the world would be pretty boring without us.
I mean, frankly, why do we need men in general to run things? I think I'm a pretty good example of the lack of the need for men. I mean, look at me. I ruled England for a pretty decent amount of time, and pretty well, if I do say so myself. Did I need a man's help for that?
Amen.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I had people who questioned me. The men in my life weren't always supportive. Like my cute little pug of a man, Raleigh. Seriously? He was like, the crown's gonna go to your head. Don't be mad at me, but I'm going to lose you because you're gonna get caught up in being famous and royal. Are you kidding me? I ruled for over 40 years. And when my country was in danger, I didn't get locked up in a tower and hide. I went straight out to my men and told them I would gladly die with them on the battlefield. I'm as good as any king they're ever gonna get. And frankly, when it comes to my view of men rule,
Anna, what are you doing?
I think it's time to take a break.
But we're
Come
in the
on.
middle of shooting.
It's time to take a break.
Oh,
hey, Eve,
I'm sorry.
Adam,
I was gonna.
we're not done. We have to finish the show.
See you
Hey,
later.
what are you doing? Did that just happen?
I think so.
Did that just happen?
I have to leave too. I have to go make sure Lanval isn't getting in any trouble again.
He's a knight. He's a big boy. He can take care of himself.
He needs me.
No, he doesn't. Hey, Darlene, come on. I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to business. What I think about when men rule are in charge, we women are just as strong as men. And frankly, I don't think... What was that? You brought your
Hello?
phone. We're...
Beast tonight? Sounds great. Yeah, I'll get on my way home. See you soon, love.
What?
I'm sorry, Liz, but I've got to go.
What's that? No! Wait, you can't! Tell me you're joking! Well, you and me can finish the show?
Oh, look at the time. This is fun. I really should be praying.
What? You are not using prayer as an excuse for this. Get back! Eat. Ugh. I guess I have to wrap this up. My view of male domination in society and history is this, ladies. Men are used to being top dog. We can't really blame them for that. And they tend to forget to give credit to women where credit is due. But we women, we are just as strong and just as powerful. We have proven before, and we can prove again, that we can be in charge and handle things just as well as those men. So long as we don't fall under their stereotypes. Like my co-host did. The sexual fantasy. For example, Eve. The doting housewife. The overbearing girlfriend. And the overly religious pure nutcase. Well, I guess that's all I really have to say. Thanks for the comment, Yorlak and Anik. Brought up a lot of conversation. Join us next week. Cut.
Oh, so that's the record button.
I love you, Shonda. You're ready to do this?
All right.
Hopefully, with no action, we'll all go.
Action.